Shot by Rose. Scores! It was tipped out front, it looks like, by Hayden Rivette. And the Wranglers are up 1. It's in the crease. It scores! David Duggan! 5 minutes even. And your captain. Welcome, everyone, to the ranch, live here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, home of your Kingston Wranglers. Universal Gathieau in town tonight. Kind of a small lineup change for tonight's game. We're going to get our chance to look at Callum Parkinson playing in net, sporting a .884 save percentage. Callum returning off a pretty significant ankle injury. And we're underway. Your starting lineup for the Wranglers on defense is Theo Disher and Blake Wood. Starting up front, Matthew Sauvin, Blake Wood, and Lance Brown. Wranglers now try to break this one out. This is off the foot of Emmett Guest, the BC native, as they try to work it on the outside. Gathieau has to back up as they try to find their outlet passes. Wranglers turn, fire it back in. Icing is the call at 19:26.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by Baja Craft Kitchen, inspired by the collective culinary journey of its founders. With a passion for fresh flavors, we offer thoughtfully crafted cuisine and creative cocktails.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast on Black Bear TV. Face-off won by Gathieau and captured by Callum. He's going to hang on to that one as the Wranglers go for their change. Your captain, David Duggan, Steven Saber come out, and Ryan Miracle. Oh, okay. Sylvain from BC, Victoria. Large shot in from the point. Callum steers that into the corner. As Gathieau tries to work on, they can't. Now a foot right. This is Ryan Miracle trying to beat the hash marks. He does. Goalie came out to play that one. Therefore, the puck stays live. David Duggan on the half board couldn't get a stick on that one as Gathieau tries to get this one out. Marcus Forbes now backs up. Last man's going to circle from left to right in behind Parkinson. Into the referee's feet, back into the corner. Forbes has to go back. He's going to shoot this one around in behind Ryan Miracle. Kept it on the line by Gathieau. Long distance shot. Callum kicks that to the side. Hard hit in behind the net. They try to flick this one out. Now they're going to do this. This is David Duggan, now your captain, streaking across. He's got two bodies with him. Goes to the outside off a foot. Ryan Miracle with the attempted toe drag. Goes back to the point. Rose with a long distance shot, and Jonette's going to hang on to that one at 18-26. Like we've talked about all week, this has been a very busy week for the Kingston Wranglers. Played Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. This is the third in basically 7 days. Gavin Garley steps in on the draw on this one. He's joined by Braden Davis, a brand new player here for the Wranglers. And also on the ice is Carter Sager. Captain at the line by Gavin Garley as they try to work this one around. Logan Grimbleby's the other player on the ice. We'll see him step up on the line as Gathieau has to back up to get this one out. 2 minutes gone in the first period. Long distance shot, and Parkinson's going to hang on to this one as we are at 18 minutes even. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast on Black Bear TV. Of course, I'm joined by Randy Steadyhand, cameraman. He's all bundled up today, raring to go. Face off will be the left-hand side of Parkinson. Face off won by Gatineau. Quick turn fire, and Parkinson's going to hang on to that one as Rose pushes his man back. One of the things that they're going to work on this game is the pressure on the goalie. Gatineau's known for crashing the net pretty hard, and Majors was talking to the players before that, said keep everybody back. Face off won by Gathieau. They can't control now a foot race. This is Davis. Works to the outside. He's got a body with him. Nice pass. One-handed tip. What a great opportunity there by Carter Sager as the puck goes back the other way. Long distance shot high above. Bouncing puck. Can't control. That's going to be a high stick. And Parkinson's going to hang on to that one at 17:34. We'll go back and take a look at that great opportunity on the back end. As we'll see right off the draw, they're going to carry this one in. And you'll see the chance right here. Davis steps out to the outside, cross to Sager. There's the tip, and nice save by Jonette. Puck taken outside, won by Gathieau. They're going to carry this one in. Gathieau comes in 3 wide, quick pass, and Parkinson's going to hang on to this one at 17-25. Aiden Sager now taking the draw on this one. He's out there with Tyler Doolin. We'll get the guy on the far side there. Face off, won again by Gathieau. Long distance shot. Disher's tripped out front of the net. No call. Tyler Doolin puts a stick on the half board there. Gathieau backs up. Nice blocker save by Parkinson into the corner. Oh, Ty Wood is the other forward on this line. Aiden Sager now couldn't get a stick on that one. We got 2 Sagers on the ice, Aiden and Carter. And also 2 Woods, Blake and Ty. As Aiden Sager takes a check. Quick shot outside. Callum Parkinson knocks that one away. Now the Wranglers are going to spread out here. Ty Wood dumps this one across the neutral zone. Tyler Doolin can't get a stick on this one. They go back the other way. Tyler Doolin finishes his check as Gathieau comes in 3 wide. Lots of sticks back for the Wranglers. Marcus Forbes clears that one as the Wranglers start to do their change. Lance Brown comes out on the first exchange. Back goes Doolin for his change. Long distance shot kept down by Marcus Forbes. He's going to control, drop off to Sylvain as he tries to dump this one in. Emmett Guest out there. He was the second player on that change. As Rubidoux now keeps that to the outside. Andrew Rubidoux, of course, from Huntington, BC. Hello to our friends and family down in the Huntington area. Thank you for joining us here on Black Bear. 16:05 remaining in the first period. Live here at the ranch. Decent crowd here tonight as Gathieau was in town. They were late getting here tonight. Bouncing puck. Puck is cleared. One-handed pass by Lance Brown as he gets this one out. Gathieau has to back up. They try to work it on the outside, knock down, and Sauvé dumps this one in. Now foot race into the corner. Emmett Guest chases in, finishes his check. As Gathieau backs up, they're trying to find their way out. Long distance pass, misses the assignment. Forbes now controls. Over to Rubidoux now. One touch pass through. Emmett Guest controls this one. He's going to carry it to the outside. He's knocked off the puck on the half board as Gathieau works it to the outside. Steven Sabre now out there on the ice. Going to be an icing call. Waved off as the foot race to the hash mark was beaten by the Gathieau player. Grimbleby keeps his man to the outside as Gathieau trying to find their way in. They have to go back to the point. Long distance shot. Blocked by the Wranglers. There's the shot and scored as Steven Sabre tried to get down on that one. And Callum Parkinson just couldn't find that one as Gathieau finds the early lead. You'll see the bouncing puck right there. They're going to walk in right here. There's the long shot. And just over top of Callum Parkinson's blocker. 1-0 for Gathieau at 15:02. Wranglers win the draw, dump it in now, a foot race. Ryan Miracle beats his player, tries to get to it front. Oh, what a great opportunity by your captain. Couldn't find a handle on that one. Very rare David Duggan would miss an opportunity like that. As Disher forces his man to the outside as Gathieau now turns it over. Back comes the Wranglers. Blake Wood fanned on that one. He's going to get this one back. In comes Steven Sabre now ahead of steam. Bumps his player off. He hit a much larger player. Sabre, a very thick boy, can run into a lot of players. Gets his weight going out there. Can hammer a lot of guys. He pushes that force to the outside as Gathieau still works on the outside. They work around trying to find their way in. Outside shot. Callum Parkinson knocks that into the corner. Wrangler still trying to get this one out. Bouncing puck kept in. Gavin Garley tries to get in front of that. Gathieau's going to walk inside. They keep control. They get their change in. Long shot. And Parkinson's going to hang on to that one at 13:57. Face-off will take place to the right-hand side of Parkinson. Garley steps in on the draw. Face-off won by Gathieau. They force it through the outside. Low shot there, went around Aiden Sager. Long shot off the leg of Davis. Davis now battles his man. Again, the new face for the Wranglers on this second line. Gavin Garley, the forward checker, causes the turnover. Icing signaled and called. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side. One of the USPHL rules to get to choose on which side the face-off is. Garley steps in on the draw on this one. Face-off won by the Wranglers. Trying to get this one back. Forbes hammers that one right through the Gathieau player off a foot high above. He's showing some pain on his face as Marcus Forbes leaned into that one. Majors opts to stay with this line on the ice. Gavin, Garley, Davis, and Carter, Rubidoux, and Marcus Forbes on the point. They work around the outside. Gathieau now controls low. At 13:22 of the first, they work this one out. All the Wranglers are back. Gathieau has to force to the outside. Davis steps in and picks this one off. Now tries to battle through. Bouncing puck. Forbes steps up on the line off the foot of the referee. Can't control this one in. Rubidoux is going to back up. Looking for the outlet pass. Opts off the stick of Carter. Icing is waved off. Wranglers change. Doolin, Aiden Sager, and Ty Wood come out for your Wranglers. As Gathieau carries this one up 4-on-3 as they carry in. Toe drag, quick shot. Blocker and high to the outside as Rose dropped his man on the outside. Gets a small group there. 12:48 remaining of the first period. Live here from the ranch in Kingston, Ontario. Welcome to all the parents of the Gathieau team watching us here live on Black Bear TV. Face off to the right-hand side of Parkinson. Won by the Wranglers. Rose can't get this one out. Sager now dumps that out. That's Aiden Sager. Gathieau's going to control and carry this one in. Works to the outside. Grimbleby tried to put a stick on him. Couldn't get it. Ty Wood's got to cut back. He's going to circle away, go to the outside, shoots it around, nobody there. Icing is called at 12:21.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by Haymakers in Kingston refers to Haymakers Urban Kitchen, a family-friendly canteen and catering service located inside the Investia Center.
Face off, pushed through and won by the Wranglers, but controlled by Gathieau. Sager now tries to get this one. He can't. Off a back foot. They're going to wave that one off. The front official saw that one. Gathieau's going to shoot this one around as Rose wasn't up to the line yet. He's got to back up. Long shot. Sager slows it down. Couldn't control this one. Back comes Gathieau on the outside. Quick shot. Handled by Parkinson. Bouncing puck gets kicked to the outside. Now Ty Wood's going to control this one on the half board. Tried to get it to Tyler Doolin. Could get a stick on it. Bouncing puck. Callum Parkinson steers that away. 11:44 remaining of the first period. 1-0 Gathieau. Gathieau trying to get the puck outside. They can't. As the Wranglers try to set up to get control of this. Tyler Doolin with a nice large hit at the blue line. Gets it out as Grimbleby's taken to the ice. Penalty coming up. Referee should be taking both. As missed the initial trip, Grimbleby took exception, grabbed the stick, and then, of course, the Gathieau player came back to grab him there. See if the official's going to call here 5-on-5, holding the stick and the rough. They're going to go 4-on-4. Puck will be in the neutral zone, 11:21. Lance Brown, Emmett Guest up front, Blake Wood and Theo Disher out here. Of course, Theo Fisher scored his first goal of the season. Not sure what the confusion is. There's 4-on-4 on each side. The time's on the clock. I think the linesman just got a little jumpy there with his whistle. Not sure what the problem is. Wasn't paying attention. Gathieau controls this one as they back up. 4-on-4 hockey. Gathieau carries this, and Emmett Guest picks the pocket of the Gathieau player, fights his way in. Gathieau's going to carry this one on the outside. Disher now steps into his man. Parkinson's going to control him behind the net. They shoot it outside to Emmett Guest on the half board. Bouncing puck, not controlled. Lance Brown now going to carry this one in behind the net. 1:24 remaining on 4-on-4 hockey. Out come the Wranglers. 2 wide. This is Lance Brown on the outside. Tries to cut inside off a foot. Couldn't get it out. Gathieau with the sidestep now. Disher's got to catch up to his man. He knocks and intercepts that one. Went straight across the ice. Nobody there. Gathieau comes in 2 wide. Broken up by Lance Brown. Lakewood now controls long pass up to Emmett Guest. He's great at getting in behind the play there. Again, we all remember how well he played right before Christmas. 4 goals and a 5-4 loss. USPHL Player of the Week. David Duggan is now out for your Wranglers. Steven Saber now comes out. Defense had already changed as Forbes and Rubidoux out there in the back end. Long shot. Parkinson hangs on to that one at 9:55 remaining in the first period. We're just over the halfway mark. You're watching Wranglers hockey here on Black Bear TV, live from the ranch in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side of Parkinson, cleanly won by David Duggan. Forbes fanned on that dump in, has to get this one out. Bouncing puck, they get it out. Gathieau's got to back up. Steven Saber picks the puck. He's got it. Yeah, that's offside. Saber tried to get his foot on there. Face-off will take place in the neutral zone outside the Gathieau zone. 21 seconds remaining. The 4-on-4 hockey as Duggan steps in on the draw. Cleanly wins that one. As Forbes moves it over to Rubidoux. Right back over to Sabre. Sabre long distance shot high above the blocker of Jonette. Sabre now tries to catch that bouncing puck. Couldn't control that one. Duggan also steps up. Out comes Gathieau, 3 wide, 3-on-2. On the outside, we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Ryan Miracle jumps back up into the play on that change. Sabre now up to Ryan Miracle. He's got a bit of a jump. He's coming in the outside, takes a slash. Oh, went through the goalie but missed the net. That's what a great opportunity that was. Miracle keeps control. He's still fighting on the outside. Bouncing puck. Steven Sabre now is going to let that one go for Rubidoux as Rubidoux carries this one in. He goes on the outside, tries to get it outside. He can't. David Duggan hits his man on the sideboard there. So does Rubidoux right in front of the Gatineau bench. He took a high stick. As in the USPHL, they can still wear visors. Some players opt for the cages. Gatineau, for the most part, all wear cages. Gatineau now controls on the outside. They're trying to carry this one out. Ryan Miracle goes for his change. Long dump out. Knocked down by Rose, Gavin, Garley, Davis, and Aiden Sager out there, number 71. Gatineau turns over, comes right back. 3-on-2. They work on the outside. Gatineau long distance bouncing puck picked off by Rose. Rose moves this up to Sager. He's got Davis with him. Tried to flick this one in. Knocked down by the defenseman from Gatineau. Number 58 turns and takes off. He's got a body with him. He's got to stop. Tag up on the line. He's all by himself. Picked off by Grimbleby. He breaks that up in behind the net. Grimbleby hammers this one out. Missed assignment on the far side. Icing is going to be the call at 7:40 of the first period.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by the Merchant Tap House. Our historic building houses a unique, laid-back, and comfortable dining experience with one of the largest outdoor patios in town.
Face off, won by Gatineau. They try to find their way in. Long distance shot, bouncing puck. Goes to the outside, can't find their way in. Long shot, Parkinson hangs on to that one. At 7:29 remaining of the first period. Face off, won and controlled by the Wranglers. They work this one out. This is Ty Wood on the backhand. Tries to put it across the ice. Sager missed that one. Now Doolin tries to catch up. Off the stick of Blake Wood in behind the net. Disher slaps this one around. Ty Wood knocks this one down. He's going to carry this one in. Long dump in as Tyler Doolin chasing this one in. The first guy in. Battles his man on the half board. Aiden Sager overskated that one on the half board. Couldn't control. High dump out. Now Disher has to hurry to catch up to this. He's going to go behind the net to Blake Wood. He's going to stop, pause, have a look, move it right back over to Disher. Disher up to Ty Wood, who dumps off to Doolin. Across the middle. Backhanded pass by Sager. He's dumped. Out comes Gatineau. 2-on-2. Gatineau works to the outside. Long distance shot. Misses wide. Parkinson had that covered as they work it back. Bouncing puck, not controlled. Here comes Tyler Dillon. He's going to hammer that one all the way down. Jonette's going to knock that in the corner. Wranglers are going to change. Emmett Guest, Sauvin out here on the main line. Lance Brown also out there. As Sauvin caused the turnover just inside the blue line, but now Gatineau gets it out. Rubidoux tries to push his man back. Quick shot off the side of the net. Nice read by Parkinson. Gatineau now tries to work it outside. We're just under 6 minutes remaining. Bouncing off a leg and now carried out by Emmett Guest. Long distance shot off another shin pad. They're going to get this one out. Forbes is going to back up, take a breath, long distance pass up. In comes Guest. He's got Sauvin with him on the outside. Quick shot. And Lance Brown got that shot away, and Jonette's going to hang on to that one at 5:38 remaining. That was a great opportunity by the Wranglers as they carried that one in. Well, the quick peek at that one there is You'll see the shot right here. There's Lance Brown with the shot up high on Jonette as he had to hang on to that one. And we're still 1-0 in the first period. David Duggan, your captain, stepping in on the draw. He's out there with Ryan Miracle, Steven Saber, Rose, and Grimbleby on the point. Face off, won by Gathieau. Now they're going to work this one down deep. Long distance pass by Gathieau. They're going to dump this one out. Bouncing puck, still can't control. Grimbleby forces his man. Gathieau player turns, falls. Saber now has this, goes across ice. Miracle now is going to carry this one up. 2-on-3. Long distance shot. Oh, just under the blocker of Jonette. Couldn't hang on to that one. Net's knocked off about 10.5 miles. Referee finally noticed. No change for Gathieau. As there was a great chance by Ryan Miracle right under the blocker of Jonette. He couldn't hang on to that one. David Duggan now steps in on the draw. Bouncing puck, took a funny bounce up over top of Steven Saber's head. Gathieau's going to shoot this into the corner. Rose backs up, one-handed slap, gets it to Ryan Miracle on the half board. Bouncing puck, back to Rose. He gets it out. Gathieau has to back up and retreat. In comes David Duggan, hits his defenseman hard into the boards. As Sager tried to get a stick on that one, Carter Sager bouncing puck. Parkinson comes way out of his net to hang on to that one at 4:37. Change going in now for the Wranglers. Garley's out there. Blake Woods on the point. Carter Sager and Braden Davis. Wranglers win this. Davis moves to the outside. It's 1-on-3. Tries to find the outlet pass. He does back to Garley. Garley can't get through. Bouncing puck. Gathieau's going to control this one. Davis let that one go thinking Disher was at the line. He was on the other side during that play. Garley one touches this one in. We're just coming up on the 4-minute remaining mark of the first period. Garley controls this one again. Gavin Garley having a great game so far. Shoots into the corner now. Davis is going to control this. He's hit hard in the corner. Garley now comes back to get him as well. Gathieau grabs the puck. They're going to control this one out. Flicking puck off a butt. Bouncing puck. They try to get this one through into the corner. Garley now tries to control this one. Voids the hit. Gathieau now gains control and flicks this one out. Nice sidestep by the Gathieau forward as he's in the corner. Nice hard hit by Aiden Carter as he knocks down his player in the corner. As Wood now controls long distance pass, bouncing puck. That's Blake Wood. As Sauvin hit the brakes on almost getting run into the corner there. Emmett Guest now steps up. Forbes steps in on his man. Sauvin's going to go for a skate on the outside. Takes a slash, still carrying this win. Long dumping pass, bouncing puck. And Jonette's going to hang on to this one at 3:11. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side of Jonette. Face-off won by Lance Brown. Forbes couldn't get a wind-up on that one. He opts to dump into the corner. Guest now controls on the half-board. Works it down to the corner. Lance Brown can't find a handle. Over to Sauvin. Sauvin falls down. Gathieau controls. They're going to move this up. It's a 1-on-2 as Forbes backs up on the left-hand side. Long shot, misses wide. Gathieau can't keep this one in. They have to back up. Bouncing puck. Lance Brown has to watch the numbers. He slows down on that hit. As Gathieau backs up, they try to work this one out. Now they do. They're going to carry through the neutral zone off a foot. Long distance pass, one-touch pass from up the Guest. That's offside. As bouncing puck, as Lance Brown's stick is laying on the ice after getting slashed out of his hands. Wranglers get their change in. They're going to come out with Duggan and Saber. There's Ryan Miracle on the ice. He's the other forward. Grimbleby and Rose on the point. 2:26 remaining. 1-0 Gathieau here at the ranch. Face off, won by David Duggan. He moves it back from D to D. Grimbleby to Rose, up to Miracle. Miracle catches kind of a hard, high hit on his chin. As Duggan avoids the hit, out comes Gathieau. This is Waugh. He works on the outside. Offside's the call as he made the nifty little move there, but went offside as Rose gets tangled up with a player. Took a swing at Rose with the stick and missed him. Face off will come outside. 2:08 remaining. Duggan steps in on the draw. Back to Rose. Rose sidesteps his man. They're still going at the original player as those two are still tangled up from that last little tussle. Long shot blocked into the shooting lane by Sabre. Again, Majors worked on the team, and we talked about it all year, blocking up the shooting lanes, bodies, sticks, anything they can get out there. Wranglers have done a fantastic job as last year they were second last in the league for most shots. This year they're well mid-pack, which is fantastic. Both Gathieau defensemen couldn't find the puck, picked off. Grimbleby long dump in. Jonette knocks that one down. We're coming up on a minute and a half remaining of the first period. Wranglers finish their change. They come out with Davis and Aiden Carter. Duggan now goes off to get the centerman out for this one. They do. This is Gavin Garley out there. Work on the outside. Blake Wood now forces his man to the outside. Gathieau couldn't find the trigger, bringing that in. They try to work it low. Gavin Garley comes back, trying to help out the defense. Gathieau still works on the outside. Quick shot high away from the net over Parkinson's blocker. Broken up by Disher. Long shot. Parkinson bouncing puck. No one could really find it there. Again, our first chance, really look at Callum Parkinson. Tipped away, blocked outside. He had a pretty decent ankle injury this year. We saw a little bit of him, not a lot. He's just coming back. Looking for the whistle against the half board. The Gathieau player looking for the whistle. Referee's going to let him face this off with 14 seconds remaining of the first period. Gathieau's going to come out with it. They're going to dump this one out. Bouncing puck, knocked down, dumped right back in. That will finish off the first period. And at the end of the first, it is 1-0 for Gathieau. We will go to the intermission show, and we will catch you at the other side. After 1-0 for Gathieau here live at the ranch in Kingston, Ontario.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports Spring Tournaments. Check out all the tournaments they have to offer. In their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for all levels in Kingston. Their tournaments include Adult Hockey Classic, Ontario Prospects D2, D3, and Junior Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports, hosting spring hockey 4-on-4 leagues in Kingston, Napanee, and Girls League only based out of Napanee as well. Head on over to realmsports.com to register your player today.
This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by HDC Kingston Realm Sports. Hockey Development Center Kingston is the newest state-of-the-art facility brought to Kingston, located at 1325 Centennial Drive. It offers programs to players from U8 to U20. Programs include our skate mill training and total training package, utilizing our 2 skate mills, Fusion Skating Zone, and much, much more. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by, in their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for players of all levels in Kingston. Tournaments include our Ontario Prospects D2 and D3 Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by TPH. Realm Sports Academy, powered by TPH, is an academy offered to students grades 6 to 12, looking for a holistic approach to academics. The academy offers specialization in sports, including hockey, baseball, softball, and golf. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by 417 Bus Line, founded in 1958 in Castleman, Ontario, is a bus and charter transportation provider serving the Ottawa region with a large fleet of over 850 vehicles. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by Realm Sports is a family-centered multi-sport academy located in Kingston, Ontario. They offer a variety of programs, including sports tournaments, spring hockey leagues, teams, and camps designed for different age groups. The organization focuses on providing exciting and educational sports experiences.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports Spring Tournaments. Check out all the tournaments they have to offer. In their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for all levels in Kingston. Their tournaments include Adult Hockey Classic, Ontario Prospects D2, D3, and Junior Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports, hosting spring hockey 4-on-4 leagues in Kingston, Napanee, and Girls League only based out of Napanee as well. Head on over to realmsports.com to register your player today.
This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by HDC Kingston Realm Sports. Hockey Development Center Kingston is the newest state-of-the-art facility brought to Kingston, located at 1325 Centennial Drive. It offers programs to players from U8 to U20. Programs include our skate mill training and total training package, utilizing our 2 skate mills, Fusion Skating Zone, and much, much more. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by, in their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for players of all levels in Kingston. Tournaments include our Ontario Prospects D2 and D3 Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospect Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by TPH. Realm Sports Academy, powered by TPH, is an academy offered to students grades 6 to 12, looking for a holistic approach to academics. The academy offers specialization in sports, including hockey, baseball, softball, and golf. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by 417 Bus Line, founded in 1958 in Castleman, Ontario, is a bus and charter transportation provider serving the Ottawa region with a large fleet of over 850 vehicles. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by Realm Sports is a family-centered multi-sport academy located in Kingston, Ontario. They offer a variety of programs, including sports tournaments, spring hockey leagues, teams, and camps designed for different age groups. The organization focuses on providing exciting and educational sports experiences.
And we're back. Getting underway here. Randy's running up the stairs. He's a bit of a social butterfly here at the game. Our cameraman, he's on his way up. As Gathieau wins this, they're going to control this one. Sauvé across the line and falls down at 19:52. Randy, just take a knee, bud. Again, Randy, one of the more popular guys here around the rink, down talking. Everybody realized that the Zamboni was off the edge, had to sprint up the stairs. But Randy's at the helm again. Gathieau's going to control this one in on the outside, trying to work this out. Bouncing puck off a leg. They can't control it into the corner. This is now Disher as the Gathieau player blew a tire and fell right into Parkinson. Again, coming back from that ankle injury, I think everybody kind of swallowed their tongue there a little bit. Yeah, we watched him for 3/4 of the season rehabbing that. Randy, you good? Well, Randy got some new shoes for Christmas. Maybe his wife should have got him a treadmill or something. Wowzer. David Duggan now, he's Out taking your draw for your Wranglers. Gathieau's going to dump this one into the left-hand side past Parkinson. Ryan Miracle now tries to get this one off. Kicked off to the side. Bouncing puck. Rubidoux now can't get this one out and behind the net. Gathieau's going to turn to fire. Block shot off the foot of Forbes and into the corner. 19:15 remaining of the second period. We're just getting underway. Face-off will take place on the right-hand side now of Parkinson. Won by David Duggan with authority into the corner. Long-distance shot, turned, fired, tipped wide. Forbes now hacks this one out. Gathieau can't keep this at the line. They have to clear. Rubidoux now picks this one up, banks off the puck off the foot of Miracle. He couldn't find it. They're going to turn and fire in. Forbes is going to back up, long lift this one out down through the middle. Steven Sabre couldn't get a stick on that one. They're going to control. Sabre hits his man against the boards, but Gathieau controls on the far side. Quick shot. Parkinson kicks that off to the side. They control. Back to the point now. Gathieau works the outside. Long distance shot off a stick into the corner. As Forbes knocked that down, Parkinson got a glove on that. Quick shot. He's going to hang on to that one as we'll go back and take a look on that quick reaction from Parkinson as he had to get his glove up on that one quick. As you'll see the pass rate here, he's going to turn to fire that one, and Parkinson wings his glove up and knocks that one down and keeps it 1-0. Gavin Garley takes the draw for your Wranglers. Won by Gathieau. They shoot into the corner now. They're going to work this one on the outside. Go back to the point now. Shooting lane open. Quick shot. High above the net. Bouncing puck. Gathieau tries to find their way and they can't. Go back to shooting lane again. Off a leg into the corner. That was off the foot of Braden Davis, the new Wrangler here. Quick shot. Bouncing puck tipped wide. Parkinson now holding the fort on this one. Getting lots of shots. Wranglers are blocking these all to the side. Gathieau floats this one in. Bouncing puck. Again, Parkinson kicks it off to the right-hand side. Gathieau works the far side. Quick shot off the leg of Davis into the corner. Gathieau still controls, trying to find their way out. They keep it in at the line. Nice step pass up around Sabre. Quick shot, open net. Scores as Parkinson had that. And then nobody was there for the defensive. As you'll see, it worked on the inside here. There it is there, the open cage. Nothing Calum could do on that one. And Gathieau takes a 2-0 lead here in the second period. 17:21 remaining. Aiden Sager steps in on the draw. He's out there with Doolin and Ty Wood. Blake Wood on the point with Disher. Gathieau wins the draw. They're going to push this one through on the outside. Quick shot. Parkinson grabs that one and hangs on to it. Aiden Sager steps in on the draw on this one. Face-off won by Gathieau. Bouncing puck on the outside. Blake Wood battles his man in behind the net. Gathieau can't get this one out. Tries to go in the shooting lane. The defenseman Blake Wood steps up. He's going to get the line. Try to go deep. Couldn't get that. Gathieau controls. Off the linesman. Kept in at the line. Gathieau spins. Turns away. They're going to go far side. Off the foot. They're going to carry this one in. Disher back. Tries to force in. Broken up by Aiden Sager. Long shot off to the side. Disher breaks that one up. They force Gathieau into the corner. Aiden Sager tried to dump this one out right in front of the net. Dangerous play. As Shen now is going to come in. Long shot. Callum Parkinson kicks it off to the side again. Open puck on the side there. No defenseman back for the Wranglers on the back door on this one. Ty Wood breaks this one. He's going to turn fire going down the ice. And icing is waved off as the foot race. Tyler Doolin got to the line on that. Not quite sure why that was waved off. 3-on-1 now. Big collision way back down behind the play. Shot off the crossbar and out of play.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by Bar Homes, with 70 years of deeply rooted history in the construction industry of Kingston and the surrounding areas. The Bar family is pleased to help local family create their legacies by sharing our expertise and excellence in building.
Face off controlled. This is Gathieau pulling this one out on the far side. Try to carry this one in. They can't find their way in. Long distance offside. Everybody tags up. Emmett Guest chases in behind the net. 15:30 of the second period remaining. Gathieau tries to find their way. Bouncing puck. They're going to let this one go. Icing is waved off on that one as well. That's two icings in a row that we can't figure out why they weren't called. It's supposed to be a race to the hash marks, and then it's in play or not in play. Penalty coming up to the Wranglers. That's going to be Marcus Forbes for cross-checking as he hit his player in the back of the head there. Turned over. Wranglers touched this one, and the whistle goes. Cross-checking's the call against Marcus Forbes, and the Wranglers are going to go shorthanded here in the second period. Gathieau works this on the outside on the power play. Saber and Duggan out there. Grimbleby and Rose. Gathieau walks into the quick shot. Knocked out. Hit the Gathieau player in the back. Didn't get all the way through on Parkinson. They're going to work this to the outside. Gathieau trying to find the shooting lane. They find it. Nice block by Saber. Another penalty coming up as Rose gets tangled up. Another cross-checking call against Gathieau. 4-on-4 hockey. That was probably a retaliation penalty as Rose was working his player up front of the net. Four-on-4 hockey for 1:31, and then a very brief power play, very important power play for the Wranglers. Duggan and Saber stay out there on the line. Blake Wood and Rose out there on the point. Rose has to back up. Over to Blake Wood, back over to Rose. Rose has to step up on that. Steps across to the captain, David Duggan. Takes a couple of whacks, still gets through, no call. Duggan steps over in the hash boards, misses the check over to Blake Wood. Blake Wood's going to loft this one in, and Jonette's going to hang on to this one at 14:07. 1:07 of 4-on-4 hockey. Then basically at 13 minutes even left in the period, we go to 5-on-4 power play for 29 seconds. Gavin Garley comes out for your Wranglers. He's out there with Braden Davis, the new face of the Wranglers. Blake Wood and Rubidoux on the point. Gathieau's going to back up in behind their own net. He goes left to right behind Jonette. Gathieau's going to change direction, can't find their way out. Good for checking on this 4-on-4 by the Wranglers. Out comes Gathieau. They're all forced to the outside. Rubidoux can't find his way in. Long distance shot. As an opportunity there as Parkinson again made the save. And Gathieau missed the empty net. Gathieau still can't find their way in. Bouncing puck on the outside. They have to work this one out. As Gathieau goes for a skate, lost a footing, kept on his feet though. In comes Braden Davis on the outside, the new player of the Wranglers. Tries to work this one in. 7 seconds remaining, 6 seconds remaining. Now the Wranglers will go to a power play, brief 29-second power play. Garley and Duggan out there. Out comes Ryan Miracle. Garley turns it over. Miracle carries this one. He's got David Duggan with him. Garley goes to the change. Duggan, quick shot, and Jonette's going to hang on to that one with 16 seconds remaining. Steven Saber comes out on the power play. Disher on the point. Major's trying to decide he's going to go to power play 1. No, they're going to put the defenseman back out there. Normally they put a forward back on the D. Grimmelby comes out on this one as it is only 16 seconds. Gathieau turns to fire. They do clear this puck as we come down to 10 seconds. Parkinson's going to slow this one down. Wranglers have to get going. They dump this one out. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Wranglers do get over the red line, though. Quick change by the Gatineau Universal. Gatineau's going to carry this one up. They carry it offside. Nice hard hit by Steven Saber. No, that was a good clean hit on that one as Saber hammered his player into the corner. Gatineau wanted a call. But again, just a hard hit. Gatineau still controls in behind the net, trying to find their way out. Bouncing puck controlled. Now Ryan Miracle, little dipsy doodle. He grabs that puck, goes for a skate. Up to Steven Saber, 2-on-2 hockey. Saber and Duggan. He lost the handle on that one. Miracle's got to back up, tries to find the outlet pass. Nobody open. There's Saber. Nice heads-up play by Ryan Miracle. He's going to loft this into Jonette. Duggan will forecheck. Rubidoux comes out on the quick change. Sylvain out there. Emmett Guest out there. Quick change on the back. Duggan gets off. Lance Brown comes out for him. Brownie, Guest, and Sylvain out there. Nice. There's 2 players. Not sure why Lance Brown was mad about that. He got a stick ripped out of his hands after Emmett Guest kicked the stick out of the other player's hands. Bouncing puck. There's still a Gatineau player out there with no stick. Hard hit on the far side as Rubidoux hammers his man out by the red line. Sylvain goes into the corner, battles his man on the half board. Emmett Guest gives him support. Quick shot. Lance Brown can't get this one off. Out comes Gatineau. 2-on-2. They force to the outside. Quick pass broken up by Marcus Forbes. Up to Emmett Guest. He's going to loft this to Sylvain. Sylvain's going to carry this 1-on-2. Quick shot up over the blocker, Jonette, but wide. It's long distance pass out. As Gatineau's going to carry a nice back-checking play by Lance Brown. As he breaks that up. Long distance dump in behind. Marcus Forbes grabs this in behind the net. Dumps it off to Rubidoux. Rubidoux cross ice. Nice pass to Tyler Doones. Got a step. Tries to cut inside. Can't make it. As it's broken up by the Gatineau defenseman. Lance Brown still battles his man behind the play there. Gatineau comes back the other way. They tag up. Quick shot off the knee of Marcus Forbes into the corner. Quick shot up over the glove, but wide. Kept in at the line. We're halfway through the second period. 2-0 for Gatineau. Hard shot high above the net. Lands at the back of the net. They're going to let this one play out at 9:48 remaining of the second period. Wranglers get their change in. They're going to go with Davis, Garley, and Sager. Carter Sager. Face-off will take place in the neutral zone out in front of the Gatineau bench. Blake Wood and Rose on the point. Face-off won by Gatineau. Gatineau gains the line. Dumped it in. Left right behind Rose. He circles over to Blake Wood off the half board. They do get it out. Can't control. Gathieau backs up, trying to find their way in. One-touch pass slapped in high, out of play at 9:29 remaining. Face-off will come out to the neutral zone. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Black Bear TV, live from the ranch in Kingston, Ontario. Garley steps in on the draw. He's going to dump this one in. Now they're going to foot race in. Gathieau controls behind their net. They can't control. Rose is going to go over to Wood. Wood's going to go off a stick of Davis. He's hit hard out front of the Wrangler bench. Garley comes in for support. Here's Aiden Sager on the outside. Sorry, Carter Sager. Back they come the other way. Long distance shot. And Parkins is going to hang on to that one as stick got high on Rose. Rose skated away, though. Rose gives him the old what for. We see the left wrist taped pretty heavily there as with Austin Rose. He got hit last game, went to the boards. Took a pretty heavy hit there. Was able to stay in the game, though, but we're taking a look at that wrist. It's pretty jammed. Lance Brown now going to step in on the draw on this one. He's out there with Sylvain and Guest. Face off, won by Brown. Disher in behind the net. Can't seem to find it in his feet. Bouncing puck. Brownie comes back to help him as well. Bouncing puck. Sylvain couldn't find that. Gathieau controls. Long shot off a body. Bouncing puck. As Brown really puts a stick on the Gathieau player as Parkinson knocks the stick off. Referee's got his hand up. Yeah, they're going to call Lance Brown for the slash. Good call by the official on that one. Lance put a stick on him pretty good. Took away a scoring opportunity. Had to step in. 8:39 remaining in the second period. Power play for Gathieau. David Duggan, your captain, steps in on the draw. He's out there with Sabre. Face-off won by Gathieau. Wranglers square up. Nice break-up play by David Duggan. He'll chase. Gathieau now comes in 3 wide. Lots of Wranglers back. Long shot. As Parkinson couldn't find that one right away as Gathieau put their stick out and Rose cleared that stick pretty quick. A la Paul Bunyan. Face off to the right-hand side of Parkinson. David Duggan steps in on the draw for this. Rose, backhand shot, can't get it out. Parkinson knocks that down. Your captain, David Duggan's going to grab this one and shoot it down the ice. 1:30 remaining in the penalty to Lance Brown for slashing. Gathieau tags up. They're going to bring this one out. They're going to slow this one down. They work to the outside. All the Wranglers back. They're going to square up. Sabre and Duggan still on the forward line. Quick shot. Broken stick. As they finally get this one out, David Duggan still changes. Gathieau all tag up. Steven Sabre now tries to chase his man. David Duggan's getting that stick first. He's going to one-touch this one off the glove of Jonette. Couldn't handle that one. Sabre now is going to try and handle this one. Puts it deep. There's Rubidoux in the back door. He snuck up on that short-handed. But this is what you got to watch. Gathieau back the other way, but Rose is back, got him covered. They force him to the outside. Bouncing puck. Knocked down. Shot off the board by Rubidoux, but kept in. Gathieau tries to find their way in. They got the guy on the far side. Duggan turns, fires that down the puck. Rubidoux and Duggan head to the bench for the change. Marcus Forbes comes out. Sabre also goes to the bench. We got Ryan, Miracle, and Sylvain. Rose still on the ice. He's been on for this entire penalty kill so far. Gathieau's going to carry this one in. They try to work on the outside. Broke it up. Back comes Sylvain. Ryan Miracle tries to catch him. Sylvain tries his move. He gets forced to the outside. Penalty over. Lance Brown jumps up into the play. 5-on-5 hockey. 6:30 remaining. As Sylvain battles in behind the net. Gathieau comes away with the puck. Gathieau works on the far side, 1-on-3. Rose forces his man. Quite a long shift for Rose now. Coming on about 2 minutes and 40 seconds for him. Gathieau tries to work around the outside. They still control inside the zone. Gathieau tries to find their way in. Step around Ryan Miracle. Still can't find their way in. Rose coming up on 3 minutes onto his shift. Another 15 seconds. Puck gets out. Rose heads to the bench. He's exhausted. Marcus Forbes goes to the far side. Blake Wood now. That was quite the long shift for Rose. 3 minutes, 12 seconds on that penalty kill. Gathieau tries to work this one in. David Duggan now tries to get this one out. And down the ice. Icing is the call at 5:30 remaining. Face-off will take place on the right-hand side of Parkinson. Duggan, Garley, Brown are your forwards out there. Forbes and Blake Wood are your defensemen. Shot through the neutral, or through the shooting lane. Nobody there. Off a foot. Bouncing puck. Controlled. David Duggan now tries to get this one out. He does. Gavin Garley has to fight off two Gathieau players. They do get the puck to come back the other way. Lance Brown goes off for his change. In comes Gathieau on the far side. Davis came out for Brown. Bouncing puck. Gathieau tries to get it across the ice. They can't. Braden Davis now battles his man. Nice play by Braden Davis. Puck now cleared by the Wranglers. Gathieau has to dump up. Long dump in left to right behind Parkinson. 4:45 remaining in the second period. Kept in, long shot off a foot, bouncing puck. Parkinson couldn't hang on to that one. Now he kicks it off to the side. Gathieau's going to turn fire, and Parkinson flashes the leather and hangs on to that one at 4:30. Wranglers get some fresh legs out there. Grimbleby and Disher come out on the point. Ty Wood, Tyler Doolin, and Aiden Sager come out. Sager will step in on the draw for this. Sager and Tyler Doolin have changed spots. Doolin's usually the center on this line. They work on the outside. Ty Wood now tries to work this into the referee's feet. He's going to stop play on that. They're going to work this to the outside. Gathieau now tries to work on the outside. They work it around. Long distance shot. Parkinson kicks it off to the side. Gathieau player standing right in the crease as they come back the other way. Bouncing puck. Sager now controls behind the net. He banks this one in. Ty Wood gets on the far side. He's got Tyler Doolin in behind. Bouncing puck. He's got this. Tyler Doolin's got a step down, walks in, and Jonette's going to hang on to that one. As what a great heads-up play there. You see the play right here. He sees Tyler Doolin going. There's the flick off the glove. Tyler Doolin has a step. He comes right in, has lots of time. Force to the outside and shoots it right into the chest of Jonette as he hangs on to that one. 2-0 still for Gathieau here in the second period from the ranch. As Gathieau comes back in 2-on-2, long shot. Hits Parkinson up high. He hangs on to that one at 3:36. Fresh legs out here for the Wranglers. Miracle, Saber, Duggan, Rubidoux, and Rose back on the ice again. Face off one cleanly by Duggan. Off a foot of Rubidoux. Saber's got to step up. Goalie's got to play that one. Not even sure whether that was even called icing. David Duggan shoots it into the corner. Steven Saber tried to get inside. Couldn't get there in time. Off a half board, Duggan breaks that up, almost runs into Ryan Miracle. High dump out pass. Rubidoux can't find the bouncing puck, battles his man, gets the puck, Sabres back to support. He's going to go around the net. David Duggan into the corner, battles his man, bouncing puck. Ryan Miracle's going to hang on to that, goes to the outside. David Duggan now can't get control of that. Dumped in, Austin Rose. Works to the outside. As Rose battles his man, dumps out the Gatineau player in front. He's laughing. Icing is the call at 2:35. He's going to let that Gatineau player know that he was thrown to the ice.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by Union Kitchen and Cocktails on Princess Street is your one and only spot for handcrafted cocktails, artisan pizza, handmade pasta, and fresh starters. There is something delicious for everyone.
Face off, won by Gatineau. They try to work this in. This is Rose trying to get it out. He can't. 3-on-1. Nice save by Parkinson off the leg. Bouncing puck still free. Parkinson's going to hang on to that one at 2:26. Fresh 5 come out for the Wranglers. Brown, Sylvain, Guest up front. Blake Wood and Marcus Forbes now come out for your Wranglers. 2:26 remaining in the second period. 2-0 Gatineau. Face off, won by Gatineau. They go back to the point, try to work it in. They have to stay to the outside now. Wranglers square up. Gatineau can't find their way in. They have to stay outside. We're just over 2 minutes remaining of the second period. Shot around the outside. They got no play. Have to go on the half board. Now they work it down low. Forbes chases his man into the corner. Gatineau goes to the far side. No play. Easily broken up by the Wranglers. Blake Wood tries to get this one out. Gatineau player can't find it. Guest almost gets there in time. Kept out. 1:45 remaining of the second period. Long dump out. Easy icing call.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you by Michael P. Lee, providing insurance services in Kingston, Ontario. They offer a variety of insurance types, including auto, home, and life insurance, located in the historical downtown.
Face off one by Gatineau. Back to the way on a breakaway shot high above the net as Parkinson had that cut off all the way. They back up, go back the other way. Gatineau has to keep it in. Too many men on the ice. Open door, very dangerous. Quick shot, weird bounce. As one of the older arenas here in Kingston doesn't have seamless glass. Long dump in, bouncing puck. Parkinson couldn't hang on to that one. Grimbleby breaks that up, cleared by Disher as well. Gatineau can't keep this in. We're under 1 minute remaining of the second period. Knocked down by Davis. He's going to change direction, look for the outlet pass off a leg. Gets a handle on it, dumps it in. Carter Sager on the forecheck. Now Gavin Garley on the half board. Rubidoux and Rose both come out on the point. They're going to back up. David Duggan snuck on during a change as well. He's back. Long dump in. Rubidoux's going to beat his man on the half board. He's going to hammer this off the boards. Bouncing puck. Sabre couldn't get this one out. Broken up by Rose. Rose is going to go off the half board. Had nowhere to go with that one as Gatineau tries to work this in. 10 seconds remaining of the period. Whistle. High stick. 7.1 seconds remaining of the second period. High stick kept in at the Wranglers zone to left-hand side. Duggan steps in on the draw for this. Face-off won by Gatineau. 2 clean, though. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Final shot, knocked to the outside. No chance. Parkson closed the door on that one. And at the end of the second period, 2-0 Gatineau. We will go to the intermission show, and we will see you on the other side.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports Spring Tournaments. Check out all the tournaments they have to offer. In their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for all levels in Kingston. Their tournaments include Adult Hockey Classic, Ontario Prospects D2, D3, and Junior Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports, hosting spring hockey 4-on-4 leagues in Kingston, Napanee, and Girls League only based out of Napanee as well. Head on over to realmsports.com to register your player today.
This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by HDC Kingston Realm Sports. Hockey Development Center Kingston is the newest state-of-the-art facility brought to Kingston, located at 1325 Centennial Drive. It offers programs to players from U8 to U20. Programs include our skate mill training and total training package, utilizing our 2 skate mills, Fusion Skating Zone, and much, much more. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by, in their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for players of all levels in Kingston. Tournaments include our Ontario Prospects D2 and D3 Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by TPH. Realm Sports Academy, powered by TPH, is an academy offered to students grades 6 to 12, looking for a holistic approach to academics. The academy offers specialization in sports, including hockey, baseball, softball, and golf. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by 417 Bus Line, founded in 1958 in Castleman, Ontario, is a bus and charter transportation provider serving the Ottawa region with a large fleet of over 850 vehicles. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by Realm Sports is a family-centered multi-sport academy located in Kingston, Ontario. They offer a variety of programs, including sports tournaments, spring hockey leagues, teams, and camps designed for different age groups. The organization focuses on providing exciting and educational sports experiences.
This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports Spring Tournaments. Check out all the tournaments they have to offer. In their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for all levels in Kingston. Their tournaments include Adult Hockey Classic, Ontario Prospects D2, D3, and Junior Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This Kingston Wranglers broadcast brought to you in part by Realm Sports, hosting spring hockey 4-on-4 leagues in Kingston, Napanee, and Girls League only based out of Napanee as well. Head on over to realmsports.com to register your player today.
This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers Hockey brought to you by HDC Kingston Realm Sports. Hockey Development Center Kingston is the newest state-of-the-art facility brought to Kingston, located at 1325 Centennial Drive. It offers programs to players from U8 to U20. Programs include our skate mill training and total training package, utilizing our 2 skate mills, Fusion Skating Zone, and much, much more. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers Hockey brought to you by, in their 16th year of hosting tournaments, Realm Sports is proud to offer various spring tournaments for players of all levels in Kingston. Tournaments include our Ontario Prospects D2 and D3 Boys Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Girls Hockey Challenge, Ontario Prospects Ringette Invitational, and the Realm Spring Cup House League Tournament. Register your team today at realmsports.com. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by TPH. Realm Sports Academy, powered by TPH, is an academy offered to students grades 6 to 12, looking for a holistic approach to academics. The academy offers specialization in sports, including hockey, baseball, softball, and golf. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by 417 Bus Line, founded in 1958 in Castleman, Ontario, is a bus and charter transportation provider serving the Ottawa region with a large fleet of over 850 vehicles. This broadcast of the Kingston Wranglers hockey brought to you by Realm Sports is a family-centered multi-sport academy located in Kingston, Ontario. They offer a variety of programs, including sports tournaments, spring hockey leagues, teams, and camps designed for different age groups. The organization focuses on providing exciting and educational sports experiences.
Back for the third period here, 2-0 for Gathieau. Shots are 50-12 for Gathieau. Callum Parkinson standing tall in net for the Wranglers. Long dump in. Icing will be the call on this one as Disher tried to have a breakout pass to David Duggan. Missed that assignment, and icing is the call at 19:39. Face off, won by Duggan on the half board. Can't get this one out. Emmett Guest out there in this line. Quick shot, bouncing puck. Sylvain, the other forward on this. Blake Wood works his man in the corner. Emmett Guest is hit hard to the ice. Sylvain's going to carry this one in on the outside. Waugh now tries to go to the outside. He can't carry this one in as well. Gathieau goes to the outside. They come a nice break-up play by Parkinson. He just tips that away on the outside. Long dump in by Gathieau. Rose now back on the half board along with Ryan Miracle. David Duggan now steps through 1-on-3. This is your captain as he works on the outside. Tried to go to Miracle. He got hit, got pushed off. Rose has to pick up the puck on the outside. They're going to work this in off a foot, bouncing puck. 1-on-1 now. Quick shot high up over the glove of Parkinson. And now 3-0 for Gathieau. Just a weird bounce. And Gathieau came back the other way. There's the weird bounce right there. Just went to the far side. 1-on-1 and just beat Parkinson over his glove. Gavin Garley wins the draw cleanly back to Forbes. He flicks this one out, knocked down just inside the red line. Shot in. Gathieau has to change. Grimbleby now goes back to pick this up. Tries to work it off. Garley carries this one out. Puck stripped off of him. Gathieau back the other way. Miscommunication. They go back in the corner. Davis is the forechecker on this. Hits his man. That's Braden Davis, the new face here of the Wranglers. Cross ice off a foot. 1-on-2. Gathieau has to go to the outside. Grimbleby forces his man out. Drop pass, quick shot off a foot and steered wide. They try to shoot this one out. Can't. Davis hits his man at the line. In comes Gathieau. Shot scored. As they just went roof down on that one. Wasn't much they could do. You'll see him walk in right there, just snapped it hard up over his shoulder. And 4-0 for Gathieau here in the third period. Hard hit in the corner. Saber bumps his man the far side. Ty Wood comes across, trying to break this one up. Tyler Doolin looking for the pass, just missed that assignment. Turn fire, Blake Wood gets it on right on the Jonette. They can't control, kept at the line by Blake Wood. Oh, nifty move there by the Gathieau forward. He's got another player with him. Disher pushes his man out. Quick shot off the blocker of Parkinson to the side. Gathieau on the half board trying to find their way in. Blakewood knocks his man to the ice as Aiden Sager out there now. Gathieau works to the outside. Tyler Doolin overskates that as Gathieau works this one in. Disher forces his man on the half board. Quick shot off a body, knocked down into the corner. Theo Disher turns to fire this one out. Gathieau can't keep it in at the line. Wranglers go for their change. Out comes Emmett Guest, Rubidoux, and Rose on the point. Sylvain and Lance Brown now out there. Rose is going to pick this one up at 16:30 remaining of the third. Cross ice off a stick of Sylvain. Works on the outside. He's bumped on the half board. Tried to work it inside. Puck shot pass all the Wranglers. Out come the Gathieau. They're going to work wide. Rose took a swing, couldn't control that one. They tried to go across, broken up by Rose. Passed across. This is Emmett Guest now. He's going to dump this one in. Lance Brown will forecheck this in behind the net. Off a foot, bouncing puck, and great opportunity for Emmett Guest as he shoots that off the side of the net. Broken stick laying out on the ice. Linesman finally sees it. 16 minutes even remaining. Thank you so much for joining us here on Black Bear TV, here live at the ranch. Lance Brown's going to step in on the draw. He's out there with Syl Sauvé and Emmett Guest, Rose, and Rubidoux out there. Bouncing puck, icing waved off. Parkinson lets that go in behind the net. Rose tried to clear off a body. Can't get this one all the way out. Kept in low. Give and go. Gathieau working on the outside. Quick shot off the side of the net into the corner. Long shot across, knocked down. Bouncing puck. Nice save by Parkinson as he read that one. Long dump out, high flicked, high bouncing puck. No one can knock this one down. Emmett Guest tries to pick this one up. He's going to go for a skate. Lance Brown goes for the change. Grimbleby tries to dump this one in. Icing is the call. Face-off will take place to the left-hand side of Parkinson. Face off won by Gathieau. Quick shot. And Parkinson hangs on to that one. Don't get near your eyes. Face off. Won by David Duggan. He tries to get this one out. Bouncing puck. Forbes now goes off the half board. Nice touch pass by Ryan Miracle. Gathieau does control. Steven Sabre, the other forward out there. He breaks that up into the corner. Ryan Miracle forward checks. Duggan drops back into the secondary. Long distance pass picked up by Gathieau on the outside off a leg. Bouncing puck. Stays right in the shooting lane. Nobody can grab that. Gathieau has to clear it and go back to the line. David Duggan broke that one up. Gathieau has to figure this one out. Two Wranglers on him. He still comes away with it. Back comes Gathieau on the outside. Can't find their way in. Nice play here by the Wranglers. Keep them outside. Long distance shot. Parkinson couldn't see that one, but it was directed wide. 14 minutes remaining of the third period. Oh, Ryan Miracle had a chance there. Just went right through him. Oh, puck went up high and hit Sabre right in the face. As that puck went up high and caught him right in the lower jaw. Yeah, caught Steven Sabre on the side. Junior hockey, this is one of the leagues, again, that they can wear visors, not cages here. Sabre still down on the ice. He got up. Kind of caught him right lower chin in the throat area. Seems to be getting to his feet and heading back to the bench. They're going to check him out. Play was stopped right here in the center zone. Face-off will go back to the neutral zone face-off closest to the Wranglers' end. Looks like Steven Sabre stays on the bench. Face-off won by Gathieau. They're going to carry this one in. They work to the outside. Long tip-out pass kept at the line by Gathieau. Long dump-in pass shot into the corner. Worked around by Gathieau. Now turned over, back come the Wranglers. Going to be a long-distance pass, going to be a foot race. And icing is the call at 13:26 of the third period. Face-off will take place to the right-hand side of Parkinson. Last time we checked the game center, shots were 50-12. Face-off takes place to the right-hand side of Parkinson. Face-off 1-2 cleanly by the Wranglers. Bouncing puck. Still trying to work this one in. They work on the outside. Back comes Gathieau. They're going to work on the outside. I'm okay for now. Oh. Dumped in. Yeah, Randy had to leave the camera area. He's one of our trainers here for the more severe injuries. Yeah. Yeah, Randy's one of our more higher level trainers here, so if something hits him high, they can handle the little stuff, but he had to head down for that one. Hit him pretty hard in the chest, upper chest area. He'll stay on the bench, stay in the game, which is good to see. Through a whole body, whole puck went through a whole slew of bodies there. Nobody touched it. Icing waved off as Davis now battles in behind the net. He's taken down. No call by the officials. They're going to bank this one. Kept in at the line by Rose. Tried to hold the line. He had to bang this one right back in. Delayed offside for the Wranglers. They now tag up. Ty Wood on the forecheck. Tyler Doolin and Aiden Sager out there. They're going to work this one out. Out comes Gathieau working on the outside. Long dump in, icing waved off to the far side. Oh, there's the door. It's actually been a while since we've seen the door this year, but there's our magic little door. If you remember from last year, that was our magic door. It kept opening up. That's the first time this season we've seen it open. You'd have like 5 people check that door, and it would just open and open. City of Kingston said they were going to fix that. I'll leave that hanging right where it is. And clip. Aiden Sager steps in on the draw on this one. Won by Gathieau. 11:45 remaining of the third. Out comes Gathieau back the other way. This is Rose backing up. Long shot off his leg. Out to the left-hand side. Kept in at the line by Gathieau. They work it low. Rose hits his man in the corner. Hey, the door stayed shut this time. That's always a good sign. As Tyler Doolin goes over, he goes back to the point. Aiden Sager now works this around to Rubidoux. Rubidoux gets hit behind the net. They work it out. Tyler Doolin can't battle his man out. Rose has to show support. Tyler Doolin finishes his check. Some rough stuff happening now. Rose takes 2 guys. He takes a punch in the head, takes a swing. Dumped in. Ty Wood is expecting that hit. He gets it in. Lance Brown now comes out on the forward line. Steps up. Turnover by Lance Brown. Nice forward play by Lance Brown. Tyler Doolin also exchanging some stick work with a Gathieau player. Emmett Guest almost beat his man on the half board. Lance Brown had a piece of it. Bouncing puck. Sauvin also joins his line here. Mathieu Sauvin. Broken up by Lance Brown. Delayed offside. Brownie's going to let them tag up. Have a moment here as Rose has to go back. He's going to put this behind the net. Marcus Forbes is going to shoot this around on the half board. Knocked down by the Wranglers. They get this one out. One touch pass. This is Brown deep. Guest and Brown both line up in a straight line. Gathieau's going to walk out. Brown turns it over into the shooting lane. In walks. Nice opportunity by Sauvin as he put that up over the bench as Grimbleby races Waugh into the sideboard right in front of us here. And knocked down. Gathieau now going to back up, try to find their way in. Shot in. Icing is going to be the call here at 9:47 remaining of the third period. Again, end of a busy week for the Wranglers. 3 games in 7 days. As they had Montreal here last Sunday, the Avalanche here on Wednesday for a strange afternoon game at 1:30, and now Gathieau in town. Then a small break for the Wranglers. Time to have a breather. Long distance pass here by Gathieau. They get it in on the far side. Grimbleby pushes his man to the half board. Now bouncing puck. Duggan takes a swing at that one as a Gathieau player just took a puck in the face as well. He walks in, shoots. Nice save by Parkinson. He closed the door on that one. Steven Saber's now going to bump this one in. Quick line. There's Ryan Miracle up front by himself, but Saber couldn't get it over to him. Gathieau's going to come out 2-on-4. They work to the outside. Disher forces his men. David Duggan now picks up the puck. He's going to get ahead of steam. Dish it off to Miracle. Back to Duggan. Duggan tries to split the D. Knocks it down. Still controlling. This is your captain. Nice pass to Sabre. He works on the outside. Oh, Ryan Miracle dropped to try and tap that in, and Sabre couldn't get it, but we're back the other way. This is Gathieau on a bit of a break. Nice save by Parkinson. He kicks that off. As Parkinson faced a lot of shots tonight, as Gathieau's going to carry this one in on the outside. Shots are 61-16 currently. Bouncing puck. Back comes Gathieau again. Quick shot. Parkinson knocks that one down on the outside. Gathieau still controls. 8 minutes remaining. Quick shot, and Parkinson's going to hang on to that one. As we'll go back and take a look at that little mini break that Gathieau had on Parkinson. As first we had the really good opportunity right here. As the Wranglers couldn't get it inside, right there was the chance. But the puck went right back the other way. And here was the breakaway. Parkinson came out, read that one all the way, and he knocked that to the side. And kept the score what it is currently. 7:50 remaining of the third. As Carter Sager now carries this one out. Bouncing puck, glove to head, they're calling it. Neck guard laying on the ice. No one has really done anything with that yet. Face-off won by Gathieau, but the Wranglers step up on this draw. That was Gavin Garley. Aiden Sager now tries to catch up. Carter Sager tries to catch up on that one. Nice one-touch pass. Davis dumps this in and chases. Worked on the outside by Gathieau. 7:20 remaining of the third period. As Carter Sager battles his man, dumped in by Rose. Rose is putting the mileage on tonight. He's been out there almost every other shift. As Aiden Sager now on the ice with Carter Sager and Davis. Two Sagers chase back Gathieau into the zone. Gathieau works on the outside. Quick shot. And Parkinson with a huge kick off the side. Davis is going to control this one. Carter Sager changes. He gets off. Tyler Doolin goes for him. And Ty Wood comes out as the third forward on this line. Gathieau gains the red line. Dump it in. They go for a 5-man change. Tyler Doolin tries to get in behind the point. Long dump out pass. He gets the puck. He's got Ty Wood on the far side. Ty Wood tries to get behind. Quick shot. High and away above Jonette. Aiden Sager still out there with his line. He's backing up. Back comes Gathieau. Nice dish off. They try to work to the outside. Quick shot, high to the outside. Grimbleby bumps his man to the corner. Now goes into the corner to battle his man. Wranglers get this one out. Bouncing puck. Tyler Doolin's going to slap this one in and now forecheck on his own dump in. Gathieau now controls, trying to work it out. Ty Wood steps up, couldn't get a stick on that. Back goes Forbes and Grimbleby. Bouncing puck. Parkinson had to slap his own clearing attempt. Shot off a crossbar high and out of play. As they turned and fired that one. Now a little rough stuff at the side of the net. As Marcus Forbes is going to tangle up with the forward from Gathieau. Blake Wood and Disher come out on the defensive zone. Emmett Guest, Lance Brown out there with Sauvin. 5:46 remaining. As piece of the broken stick just came onto the ice. Not sure who's getting the 10-minute misconduct. That come from the bench? Tyler Doolin's been sent to the dressing room through a piece of a broken stick on the ice. So that'll be the last we'll see him receive the 10-minute misconduct for that. Thankfully, didn't penalize the team for that. 5:30 remaining of the third period. Wranglers still trying to get this one out. Gathieau controls on the half board. Tries to work around the outside. They can't get inside. Gathieau still trying to find their way in. They work on the outside, still can't find their way in. Lots of Wranglers in position. Guest gets a stick on that as well as Lance Brown into the corner. 5 minutes remaining of the third period. Gathieau, the give and go, bouncing puck. Wranglers control, knock that down. Oh, nice step flew by Gathieau, and Parkinson knocks that one down. Bouncing puck kept in at the line by Gathieau. Lance Brown is going to back up. He has to get this one out. He does. Gathieau tries to go right back in. Missed assignment. Blake Wood now controls. He goes to the far side to Disher. Across the neutral zone off a stick. A Gathieau player deep into the zone. Back the other way now. Gathieau controls. They try to bring this one out. Shots are 65-16 for Gathieau. As Rose also comes out, tries to bring this one out. Long dump out pass. Miracle battles his man on the half board. Off a foot of David Duggan in the zone. Another broken stick on the ice. Down through the neutral zone. That went through a bunch of players. That should have been waved off, but it wasn't. 4 minutes remaining. Emmett Guest now heading to the dressing room and gets his broken stick on the ice. David Duggan, Ryan Miracle, and Sabre out there on your forward line. Rubidoux and, well, Rose back on the ice again. Face off one cleanly by Duggan. Hard shot by Rubidoux. Misses wide to the right-hand side. We're just under 4 minutes remaining. Hard battle kept in at the line by Sabre. David Duggan now tried to dump that one in. Went off to the end of his stick. As Sabre steps through on the Gathieau player. He's hooked. No call. Gathieau controls high above the Parkinson's head. As he directs that one to the outside, David Duggan now controls. Goes up to Ryan Miracle. Sabre in behind everybody. Miracle just got the puck tipped off him. Rubidoux's going to hammer this one in. Knocked down by the Gatineau defenseman. Kept on the far side. Bouncing puck. Rose couldn't control into the corner. Rubidoux tries to put up the Sabre. Quick shot. Parkinson steers that one away at 3:08 remaining of the third period. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on our broadcast on Black Bear TV. Always fun when you join us here live into your house, and thank you so much for bringing us into your house to enjoy some Wrangler hockey. Face off one and controlled by Gatineau. Quick shot, and Parkinson's going to grab and hang on to that one. Again, decent crowd here live at the ranch. Face off. One cleanly by Garley. Controlled now by Gatineau. They work it in low, broken up. This is Grimbleby going to carry this one off to Garley. Garley's going to one Dutch pass. Oh, Garley's toes just weren't long enough. He must have clipped his toenails last night because he was almost onside there. Emmett Guest now comes back to the bench because he had to get a new stick. Garley steps in on the draw. Face off, won by Gatineau and controlled. 2:44 remaining of the third period. Back comes Gatineau, 3-on-2, forced to the outside. Gatineau has to work it back to the point. Long distance shot. Parkinson cut the angle off on that. They miss wide. Now worked in low. Into the shooting lane, broken up by the Wranglers. Quick turn fire. Parkinson hangs onto that one. As again, Grimbleby clears everybody in front of the net and pushes everyone off the side. 69 shots Parkinson has had on him so far tonight. Score is 4-0 for Gatineau. Third period, 2:23 remaining. Face-off won by Emmett Guest, taking a rare face-off. Ty Wood out there in this line. They're breaking up some of the lines. Probably from the exit of Tyler Doolin. As Steven Sabre goes behind his back on the half board. Ty Wood couldn't get a stick on this. He does. He got it out. In comes Emmett Guest, 1-on-2 to the far side. Sabre just missed that one. Back comes Gatineau, 3-on-3 on the outside. Nice dish off pass. Bouncing puck. Can't control. Disher now has this. Tries to work it up. Gathieau can't keep this one in. Steven Saber skates through his man just in front of the penalty box. They're going to battle on the outside. In comes Gathieau on the outside. Broken up in the middle by Wood. Out comes Ty Wood. That was Blake Wood that broke that up. Ty Wood grabs that one. Sylvain, David Duggan now on your forward lines out there with Lance Brown. Long puck bouncing. Disher knocks that one down. Duggan gets a 1 sec. He's got a bounce as he's bumped off that. Smart play by the Gathieau defenseman. One of the guys you do not want in behind is David Duggan, the captain. One touch pass, and Jonette's got to grab this one as Lance Brown just steps in front of him. David Duggan also in. 58 seconds remaining of the third period. 4-0 Gathieau here at the ranch. Face off taken by Lance Brown. Dished out hard by Gathieau. Rubidoux, one bounce pass to Lance Brown. One touch pass to Duggan. Nice little play as Jonette kicks that off to the side. 40 seconds remaining in the third. Duggan now has to make a play on that one. Kicked down by Sylvain. Tried to go across. Nobody there. Out comes Gathieau. Sylvain catches his man. They walk in. Nice save by Parkinson. He kicks that off to the side. And Gathieau keeps it at the line. 20 seconds remaining. Broken up by Lance Brown. Can't clear. Gathieau keeps it in. They're going to work on the outside. 10 seconds remaining of the third period. Gathieau in behind the net. The Wranglers net. Rose bumps his man off. And as we come to the end of the third period, 4-0 for Gathieau here live at the ranch. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Wrangler Hockey. For the Kingston Wranglers, I'm